Hi, this is Ron Musselman, editor-in-chief of StateCollege.com, and I'm here with Nate Mink. He's a reporter for StateCollege.com covering Penn State football. We're here to talk about Saturday's game coming up. Nate, I'm just curious, what do you think? It's been a long 9 months around Penn State and around the campus and that. Tomorrow's going to be the first game without Joe Paterno on the sideline since 1965. I just wonder what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to be, a season opener unlike any other at this place, just for the simple reason that it is not Joe Paterno on the sideline for the first time since 1965. You couple that with everything that transpired since November, and then again in July with the NCAA sanctions, and emotions are going to be running high. There's going to be a lot of people just ready to play football again, and then that's it goes from the fan base to the coaching staff to the players. There's going to be a lot of changes there. Names on the back of the uniforms. No one's ever seen that before. You're going to see buses arrive at the stadium at 9:15 in the morning, 3 hours before kickoff, because players are now going to dress and tape themselves at the stadium instead of at the Latch football building. So it's just going to be, an opener that is unlike any other, but yet, at 12:06 p.m., the ball's going to get kicked off. The people are going to cheer, and everything's going to feel normal.
And I don't know. I don't know if everything will ever feel normal for a while. I think it's going to be a pretty charged atmosphere. I think it'll be 100,000 people. I think it's going to be a lot like Nebraska game last year, which was the first game without Paterno after he'd been fired. I expect an emotional game from Penn State.
They are doing another moment of silence for victims of child abuse before game. Whether or not we see a full-on team prayer like we saw at midfield prior to kickoff like Nebraska remains to be seen. Another thing that the players are going to do is sing the alma mater with the blue band after the game, and that just all symbolizes the whole mantra of one team, which is kind of the rallying cry behind this team this year.
A couple of things. I mean, Penn State opened as a 9-point favorite. The last I saw was a 6-point. Ohio comes in here 10-4 last year, won the first bowl game in school history. Quarterback's Tyler Tettleton, his dad Mickey Tettleton of baseball fame. I think Ohio's going to give Penn State a pretty good test.
It's probably Penn State's toughest opener since they played South Florida, and I want to say that was 6-7 years ago. It's not going to be on the level of Miami in 2001, where that was a national title winning team coming in here and just completely shell-shocked Penn State. But I think it is going to be a bit of a challenge, certainly not a patsy cupcake that we're kind of accustomed to on Labor Day weekend at Beaver Stadium. They have a really good quarterback, dual threat, Tyler Tettleton. He might be the best quarterback on the field, and that's not a knock against Matt McGloin. It's just that this guy, combined scored 38 touchdowns last year, threw for over 3,300 yards, only 10 picks. I mean, he's a very cool, collected guy, and Ohio's played in some pretty charged environments too in the past. I mean, they went to Columbus, they've been to Pittsburgh. I mean, they're no Akron or bottom feeding MAC team. I mean, this is going to be this is just going to be hard fought.
That having been said, I expect the Bill O'Brien era to get off to a good start. I'm thinking Penn State's going to win 24-14. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's obviously a brand new offense. It's a brand new defensive scheme. I mean, for as much time and effort that they put into studying this thing since O'Brien was brought in January, it's still the first game of a whole new system, and to think it's going to be a well-oiled machine right from week one is just, I think, very, very, infantile way to look at things. I expect Penn State to struggle offensively at times. I think the defense is going to be solid for the most part, but I'd expect another close, low-scoring game. I'm going to peg it at 20-13 in favor of Penn State, but we'll see.
A couple things I think that come to play is, I think Penn State's going to be hurting at receiver. I mean, they lost some big guys. Silas Red, Anthony Farrell may have been the biggest loss of all, the kicker punter, and I think that I think that Justin Brown's going to be a big loss. Penn State's top receiver, Shawnee Kersey, 5 catches. I mean, that's the top guy. And ironically, the top tailback is a receiver last year, Bill Belton. But anyway, I think Bill O'Brien, I think he's done a lot of good things so far to this point. And I do really think that Penn State will be mostly charged. And I think it'll be a tough game, but they'll pull it out.
Okay, so we'll see you all from Beaver Stadium post-game tomorrow afternoon. For Ron Musselman, I'm Nate Mink. See ya.